formation, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway here in Las Vegas. No run back here on the opening kickoff, as we'll start at the 25. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 45 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ball game.
They finally caught up to him there at the end of the play, but great inside handoff, and what a powerful run.
The first few yards seemed relatively easy. Then it got tougher, right? And that's where he showed that he was not going to go down easily. He was not going to be denied until he got everything he could out of that run.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
They'll roll him out right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Complete right side to Hyatt. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Giants are on the board first here in Vegas.
Graham Gano on for the extra point.
It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And some room to run now. And he's taken down, but able to slip yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
The Raiders at 2-6 now on the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak. And right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfrow with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Are any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum down.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Andrew Thomas, former first-rounder from Georgia, called for the penalty there.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
80 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
But they run the option here on 1st and 10.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 6.
Now Jones. This is intercepted.
Jacorian Bennett has it. He may go.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Carlson now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They begin with a run by Barkley, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That thing blown up by the defensive effort of Chandler Jones.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Throwing, Jones.
And this is into the hands of Campbell downfield.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there.
Back to throw. Jones. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Operating from the gun. Jones.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Jones will try and run with it.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
2nd down and goal. Jones.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender at that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So a decision to make there. They decline the penalty as they'd rather force the 4th down.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Daniel Jones taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Giants' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Gano the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job, and Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets a tie, defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum. What a nice job they're doing, all doing it together.
Rodgers' throw pulled in by Aguilar. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Dexter Lawrence finding his way through defensively for the stop.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. On play action, now Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. And the Giants are going to have a short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
They'll run with a big man, Campbell. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 93 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this 1st half.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right out and right up the middle.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
To throw, it's Rodgers.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown.
Well, turnabout is fair play, I guess. They had a pick six against them earlier, and now this defense, Charles, they get a pick six of their own.
And for a moment, let's just set aside how it impacts the scoreboard, because how about the response? One defense gets the pick six, the other comes back and matches it. These are two defenses that are planning on winning the game for their teams themselves.
McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line. Get 300. Get zoom. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Got it. Box it. 630. Jump out. Hey, 88, 26.
Rodgers now to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10. That's caught by Myers. First down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Jacobs. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, second and goal. Now Rodgers. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. Big play coming here. It's third and goal. Throwing is Rodgers. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
as they will send this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. And how about that return as he's all the way inside the 20-yard line.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.